Hi, this is a Yesterday's Moose production, and today we're going to be comparing levels in Super Mario Maker. Actually, we're going to be comparing a level I made in Super Mario Maker 1 versus the exact same level recreated in Super Mario Maker 2. As you can see, we are in Super Mario Maker 1. And this is my level backwards compatible, which is a recreation of Super Mario Bros. 1-1 as well as World 1-2, except both of them being backwards. And I'm going to be doing a bit of a level breakdown as well for both of these. And this is going to be a new editing experiment where I bounce back and forth between the two, so it should be fun. Anyways, so here we have an overlook of the first part of the level. As you can see there on the top left hand side of the level has a Yesterday's Moose logo, which I tried to incorporate into some of my levels. And there's the level ID at the bottom there if you want to check this out in Super Mario Maker 1. The ID is BBEE0000 026E BFA7. Let's go ahead and get it started. Now this version is actually an updated version of the exact same level that I created in Super Mario Maker 1, and it wasn't as good as I would like it to be, so after a few updates in Super Mario Maker 1, such as the checkpoints were added, I made some improvements to the level, and for the most part I'm pretty happy with it. So I won't go too much into the editing until I actually go into the editor. What I mean is like the breakdown of the level. So I'm just gonna kind of play it here. Now, all the bushes and the enemy placement, I tried to recreate as much as I could. There's a bit of a extra background bush here, just to give a slight visual indication of where that 1-up is. I also included progressive power-ups, or not exactly what you would call them, but it depends on your status. If you're Little Mario, then you get a mushroom. If you're Big Mario, then you get a fire flower. So as you can see, everything is recreated going from right to left. And this part of the level I'm pretty happy with. I'm just going to backtrack here so that I can go down the warp pipe. And this will kind of illustrate one of the differences between this version and the Super Mario Maker 2 version. So I'll go down the pipe here. So as you can see, I start off screen there and drop into this bonus area here. And as you can see, it still scrolls, which is something that you can't really change in Super Mario Maker 1. And also, the pipe there up top pops you out facing left, because I wanted Mario to face left. Rather important when you have a level that goes from right to left. And this checkpoint here is just to recreate the flagpole, nothing else. And you have an option here, you can go down here, or you can go down here. In Super Mario Maker 1 you can overlap the pipes, which made this slightly more aesthetically pleasing. Once again, you appear on the top of the level and drop into it. So what this basically means is that if I go up here, as you can see, the camera goes up top, and that's something that I changed in the Super Mario Maker 2 version. Now, since you can't have more than one sub-level when you go down this pipe, you end up back in the overworld. And I forgot that I put the red coin here. I actually changed the location of that in the Super Mario Maker 2 version, and I didn't even really think about it. But that's okay, it doesn't particularly matter where it is in that section as long as it is present. Now here is one of the biggest problems that I have with this. This layer, or whatever we want to call it, of bricks should actually be one brick higher, and that's something that always bugged me about this level. And of course, after it's uploaded, you can't fix minor details like that. So as you can see, you come out of this pipe and there's nothing in the pipe, and you can still see stuff on the left hand side there. So I'll go in here and get the last red coin. As you can see, it still scrolls, and you can see a lot of brick over there, and you have a choice of 3 different pipes to go in. Doesn't really matter. You go down and once again you pop out there, again because you can overlap the pipes. In fact, all of the pipes are connected to that one pipe there. And you can go in the door here and you get yourself a 1-up as well as the princess costume. And I put the coin block there just to prevent people from smashing their way out of that, breaking the level, and I put these invisible blocks here so that you can hit the flagpole. And there you go. So I'm going to make the editing of this a little bit easy on myself. Hopefully viewers will be able to follow this, but I'll go into the core spot. And this will actually give me a chance to show off what the level originally looked like. Here, no, that's not it. This is it. You might be able to notice there it is a little bit different. At the beginning you got this lollipop looking thing to prevent people from jumping over. Jump to the end here, you have another lollipop thing here to prevent people from going back. It's pretty obvious the differences. Everything leading up to the end of the level is the same. At least I hope it is. But then you get this part here where you have the pipe going down and have this extra space here. Where if I go into it, got a 1-up here and some coin blocks. So as you can see, it's straying a lot from the original 1-1. And you got a down-facing pipe there. And look, it's also missing a question block. Because of course it is. You can see here's the warp zone for the bonus part of level 1-1, and you can see here the pipe is actually longer than it should be. No red coins, because at this point in time red coins did not exist in Super Mario Maker. Let's go down this pipe and see what happens down there. Pretty sure it's the same. Oh no, we have a down-facing pipe once again. As I said, I wanted players to be facing left when they went down these pipes, And you can see that pipe there doesn't go quite all the way to the top, I think because you're not allowed to do that. Whoops, not that. Yeah, it pops you down, and the way I got around that was getting a pipe like this and facing down. Well, you get the idea. Go back out of here. Okay, so you got these up and down platforms on tracks, and I didn't really like the way that looked, because it just, I don't know, it didn't look right, it didn't feel right for some reason to have that there. And once again, this part needed to be one block higher, and in this version of Mario Maker, when I first created it, there were not progressive power-ups. You could just have either mushrooms or fire flowers. So I put a fire flower in there, and for some reason I thought it'd be real smart to do this. I don't know why. You can't go in this pipe, but you have to duck jump over here, I guess, to like recreate going to world -1. And then all the pipes lead to there. So let me get out of here. And let's go to the updated version. Okay, here we go. Okay, so right away we have the beginning here, where I have some question blocks up there and a little enclosure. And I think because I'm not 100% certain, I think that the starting area is a little bit smaller than Super Mario Maker 2. And you can cover the starting arrow with background tiles like that, or semi-solid platforms. And we got these hidden blocks here which have the Luigi costume. Over here on the right, got these layered pipes, and I honestly think they look a lot better that way in Super Mario Maker 1. Got some question blocks here. Once again, a semi-solid platform just to kind of make it look like a cave, I guess. And everything here, there's not much to comment on here, but just to give an overview of it. Of course, up here is where I hid the bonus area for level 1-2, because there wasn't too many other places I could put it. Technically, you could jump from this question block and hit that side of it there. And also from here, you could theoretically jump over there, and that might actually cause you to fall in this hole. And everything else is the same here. Go ahead and show off going down the pipe. And in Super Mario Maker 1, when you hit the checkpoint flag, you become Big Mario, and I'm glad that they got rid of that feature in Super Mario Maker 2, or at least made it optional. And now we have the correct number of question blocks. Okay, let me get out of there. Okay, so here we go. To me, these platforms moving up and down look a little bit more like in the original game. It would be nice if you could create a cycle so that they would always move down and then on this side always move up. But you can't do that. So you have the option of going in that pipe or of course going over here. And that's it. That's all I have to say about those. That's actually a lot more explanation than I thought. So I will go ahead and put in Super Mario Maker 2 and we can take it from there. Alright, here we are in Super Mario Maker 2, and here is the newest version of backwards compatible. The course ID is NHNJ0LLMF. And I'm going to take this opportunity to point out something here in my overview. I now have 65 likes. I had a lot more likes. And the reason for that is apparently because I deleted the original version of backwards compatible, which had 160 likes. So now in the new Super Mario Maker, you lose your likes. That sucks. Why would that be? Okay, enough of that complaining. And into backwards compatible, we'll do a bit of an overview again. As you can see, the layout is pretty similar. And I'll just go ahead and play. Okay, so as you can see here, it starts out a bit differently. You can't put semi-solid platforms over this arrow here. You also can't place this door within this space here. So I have to place it one space over. But other than that, the beginning is pretty similar. I'll talk a bit more about that in the editing portion here. As you can see, thanks to scroll lock, we start out at the very rightmost part of the screen and can't see anything else. And if we jump up like this, we can see the bottom of the bonus level or bonus section of level 1-2. As you can see, I didn't put in an extra bush here to indicate that there's a 1-up there, just to kind of be closer to the original. Okay, and we pretty much know where that goes, so I'll go all the way back. I'll talk a bit more about this in editing, but as you can see, I tried to center the screen, and thanks to scroll lock, it won't scroll left or right when we're down here. Once again, just recreated the flagpole here, and the 1-up used to be on track in Super Mario Maker 1. I think that was just so that it would always remain on screen and never disappear. I don't know if that would happen or not, but I tested this a couple times and that 1-up does not disappear. So this time I'll go through the top here, and since you can't overlap pipes, I had to put an extra pipe there, which kind of bugs me. Bugs me that looks like that, but what can you do? You work with what you're given. Oops, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that guy. Now I noticed that these Goombas stay closer together, which I guess they're supposed to be. But they seem to space out a little bit more in Super Mario Maker 1. So as you can see, The red coin is not here where it was before, now it's at the end. I'm still not sure why I did that. I think it was just an accident. But as I said, it doesn't particularly matter where it is as long as it is there to be collected. So once again, I have these lifts going up and down, and now this layer of bricks is actually where it's supposed to be. And to be honest, it does feel like it's too high, but that's where it's supposed to be. So now there's a piranha plant here, which there was supposed to be, at least in the original game. And since you can't overlap pipes, go over here, and it doesn't particularly matter which pipe you go down, they all lead to the same place, but thanks to scroll lock, it doesn't scroll further left. But now you come out of the sky because you can't overlap pipes, and there are 3 pipes up there for all 3 exits. And once again, you can go to the door and get a 1-up. And yay, got the top of the flagpole. Okay, so we'll exit out of there and we'll go into Core Spot. And we'll very quickly take a look at the original version. I'm going to delete this version. First of all, the description. Backwards, traditional, key coins. I never really liked that. That's why I fixed it. SMB, Super Mario Brothers, World 1-1 and World 1-2 backwards. A lot more descriptive of what it actually is. So anyways, let's go in here. Go into make. And here we go. So we got a lot of question blocks here. No particular reason why I did that, just kind of a stylistic choice, I suppose. As you can see, you can't overlap pipes, so this pipe will forever be separated by this one thin little line here, which is super annoying. I will start over here. So since okay, scratch that. Okay, I'll start here from the beginning. Everything is pretty much the same. You got the bonus level, bonus area of 1-2. The only difference being that there's these blocks here. Everything else is placed in the same location. This part I got right the first time around, which is awesome. Go down the pipe. Okay, so here's where the real difference comes into play, and I'll turn off the trails. I was using that for editing. So I got all this space here, which I didn't need to put in. I don't know why I forgot to put these blocks here, but anyways. So once again, you appear off the screen, and there's also 2 rows of bricks here, and what that means is that the camera will go up here. Oh, sorry Luigi, didn't mean to do that. Anyways, so we go over here and look. There are supposed to be 2 Koopa Troopas right around here, and they are not there, which sucks. I don't know why I didn't put them there. I used a map online. I suppose it's possible that they were not featured in the map that I downloaded for some reason. I don't know, but they're not there. Also, a minor detail here, but the amount of spaces from here to here, this is actually 1 row of blocks longer than it was supposed to be. I never knew that. until I double checked it, and what do you know? It was one space more. Okay, so we'll go over here, and we got the placement of the blocks up here. But what's this? There's supposed to be 2 blocks here. Why is it that now it's even harder to get the power up? Why did I forget to do that? That was silly of me. So once again, we can go over here, and as you can see, it scrolls way to the left with a whole lot of blocks. And it's pretty much all I have to point out about that. So we'll go into the updated version. Can point out the differences. Oh, I didn't point out the semi-solid blocks, but I can point it out here. Okay, so the semi-solid blocks, before I didn't have this one. Because as you can see, I did undo it, but now you can't see it. Where did it go? I don't know. It is there. But this is how you do it. This is totally stupid and counterintuitive. Come on. Is it going to work this time? Okay, as you can see, it's... There we go. Why? Why? That's all I can say is why. Why did it do that? Anyways, so now it looks a bit more like it's supposed to. And go to here. And I changed the position of this row of blocks. The reason is because I wanted to create a scroll lock so that when you go in here, now all you can see is over to the right there, whereas before you could see a little sliver of this, which I didn't want that to be viewed. Okay, so go down here, and I'll touch a bit more of this in the recreation of 1-2. But I changed the orientation of the pipe so that it would be going to the left. That way your character pops that to the left. I also tried to center the screen a little bit more. And put in these blocks for a scroll lock. And by the way, no one will ever be able to see this, but we got the Yesterday's Moose logo hidden in the sub-level.
Here we go.
Okay, so we'll pop into here. Okay, so first of all, there's one row of bricks here, which recreates the level 1-2 a little bit more. Also, the reason why I have these popping out like this, first of all, you can't make pipes shorter than 2 rows, but also because in the original Super Mario Brothers, you do land approximately here. So I wanted to recreate that. Same with the sub-level of 1-1. So I got rid of everything above here so that it would also create a scroll lock this way, so that it was much more like the original 1-2, so that you could just see yourself on the top of the level there. Finally, we got these 2 Koopa Troopers here, which is again more like the original level. By the way, I'm really hoping I don't find anything more wrong with this level after all this work. Again, it really bugs me that I've lost all those likes now. I'm gonna have to go on Reddit and make an angry post about it so that everyone knows, Nintendo equals evil. Okay, so here the number of spaces is correct. I think it's 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 spaces. And you pop down here, and I changed the location to be more like I originally had it, where it's at the very top here. That way this empty space is a little bit more like the original 1-2. I really wish you could have an additional sub-level or some way to at least have the correct background music playing, but again, you work with what you're given. Oh, I will say one thing, the pipe here does look slightly better. It does actually look like it's connecting to that vertical pipe. So everything about this part is right now. Now we have those 2 blocks back. This exits to the same area, but this time I created a scroll lock on the left there so that you don't have a big huge wall of bricks, so it's a little bit more like the original 1-2. Which I actually like that feature of Super Mario Maker 2. I like the fact that you can put in these scroll locks. I mean, it does look a little bit weird that it's those solid brick block. I don't know what they're called. These ones. Power block? I don't know.
Here we go.
See, I can break the scroll lock too so that you can see the yesterday's Moose logo there on the left for positioning purposes. I also like this feature of Super Mario Maker 2. This multi-grab. I got a lot of use out of that.
Here we go.
So here we go once again. Created a scroll lock. As you can see, if the scroll lock wasn't in place, you'd be able to see on the left there, which is the way it was before. Got this stuff hidden up here. I also created this vertical line just because, for no particular reason. I don't know. Aesthetics.
Here we go.
And that pretty much covers it. That's a comparison of all the different versions of backwards compatible for Super Mario Maker 1 and Super Mario Maker 2. So I hope you enjoyed this insight into the creation process, and hopefully this will get some views. So like and subscribe and hit the bell and stand on one foot and sing hallelujah, because that's what you have to do to get your YouTube get your views on YouTube. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. This has been a Yesterday's Moose production, and I'll see you next time.